In a world dominated by screens, social media, and constant noise, one teenage boy chose a different path. He loved video games, he coded websites, and he lived fully in the digital age. And yet, he became a saint. This is the true and extraordinary story of Carlo Acutis, often called God's influencer. Carlo Acutis was born on May 3, 1991, in London, England, to Italian parents. Shortly after his birth, his family returned to Italy and settled in Milan. From a very young age, Carlo showed a spiritual sensitivity that surprised everyone around him. Although his parents were not deeply religious at the time, Carlo seemed to have a natural awareness of God. As a small child, he would often stop in front of churches, asking to go inside to pray, even when no one else suggested it. Carlo was baptized just days after his birth, and faith quickly became an essential part of his identity. By the age of 4, he spoke about Jesus with simplicity, but also with a depth that astonished adults. He showed a special love for the Virgin Mary and developed an early devotion to prayer. Those who knew him often said that Carlo had a peaceful presence, a quiet joy that made people feel at ease. At the age of 7, Carlo received his first Holy Communion. From that moment on, the Eucharist became the center of his life. He attended Mass every day whenever possible and prayed the Rosary daily. Carlo once said that the Eucharist was his highway to heaven. While many children were focused on entertainment and popularity, Carlo focused on building a relationship with Christ. His faith was not forced or dramatic. It was natural, joyful, and deeply sincere. Despite his deep spirituality, Carlo lived a very normal life. He loved playing soccer, enjoyed watching movies, and was especially passionate about computers and technology. He taught himself programming, graphic design, and website development at a remarkably young age. Carlo understood technology not as a distraction, but as a tool. He believed that the internet could be used for good, to spread truth, beauty, and faith. As Carlo grew older, he noticed something that troubled him deeply. People were willing to wait in long lines for concerts, sporting events, and entertainment. Yet very few people spent time in adoration before the Blessed Sacrament. This observation stayed with him and eventually inspired his life's mission. Carlo decided to use his technical skills to help people rediscover the miracle of the Eucharist. At just 11 years old, Carlo began creating a digital exhibition documenting Eucharistic miracles from around the world. He spent countless hours researching church-approved miracles, carefully collecting historical details, photographs, medical documentation, and testimonies. His project eventually included more than 150 Eucharistic miracles from different countries and cultures, translated into nearly 20 languages. What Carlo created was not just a website, but a virtual museum of faith, designed to educate, inspire, and strengthen belief. Carlo believed that the Eucharist was proof of God's love and presence in the world. He wanted people to understand that Jesus was truly alive and present, not as a symbol, but as a reality. His digital exhibition traveled far beyond the internet. It was displayed in parishes, schools, and churches around the world, touching the hearts of countless people. Beyond his work with technology, Carlo lived a life of quiet heroism. He was known for his kindness, humility, and compassion. He defended classmates who were bullied and stood up for those who were ignored or marginalized. He helped the poor, gave food to the homeless, and treated everyone with respect. Carlo avoided gossip, vanity, and inappropriate content, choosing instead to live with purity and integrity. Carlo once said that all people are born as originals, but many die as photocopies. He believed that God had a unique plan for every person, and that true happiness came from living authentically, not from copying the world. His joy did not come from possessions or popularity, but from knowing he was loved by God. In October of 2006, Carlo suddenly became ill. What initially appeared to be a simple flu quickly worsened. Doctors soon diagnosed him with acute promyelocytic leukemia, a rare and aggressive form of cancer. The diagnosis shocked everyone, but Carlo responded with extraordinary calm and faith. He accepted his suffering without complaint and offered his pain for the Pope, for the Church, and for the conversion of sinners. As his condition rapidly declined, Carlo never lost his peace. He told his family that he was happy to die because he had never wasted a minute of his life on things that did not please God. Within days, Carlo suffered a cerebral hemorrhage and fell into a coma. On October 12, 2006, at only 15 years old, Carlo Acutis passed away. Carlo had previously expressed a desire to be buried in Assisi, the city of St. Francis, whom he greatly admired. His funeral was attended by large crowds, including many poor and homeless people, whom Carlo had quietly helped throughout his life. His death deeply moved those who knew him, and many who were only beginning to learn his story. After Carlo's death, reports of favors, conversions, and unexplained healings attributed to his intercession began to spread. In Brazil, a young boy suffering from a rare congenital pancreatic disease was miraculously healed after prayers were offered through Carlo's intercession. Medical experts confirmed that the healing had no scientific explanation. The Vatican officially recognized the event as a miracle. Years later, a second miracle was approved. A woman who suffered severe brain trauma after a serious accident experienced a sudden and complete recovery after her family prayed at Carlo's tomb in Assisi. Doctors were unable to explain her rapid healing. With the recognition of this second miracle, the Church confirmed Carlo Acutis as a saint. Carlo Acutis became known around the world as God's influencer, a saint of the digital age. He is considered a patron of young people, students, and those who work with computers and technology. His life shows that holiness is not reserved for monks or saints of the past. It is possible today, in the modern world, even in the midst of technology and social media. Carlo's message is simple but powerful. Holiness is achieved through small acts of love, faithfulness, and courage. You do not need to escape the world to become holy. You need to transform it. Through his short but extraordinary life, Carlo Acutis continues to inspire millions to rediscover faith, hope, and the living presence of God. If this story touched your heart, share it with others. Let more people discover that miracles still happen and that faith is still alive. Carlo Acutis, pray for us. Before you go, like this video, if you believe faith still matters today. Let me ask you, which saint inspires you the most, and why? Write it in the comments. Subscribe for a new saint story every week and help this channel grow. Together, let's keep faith alive.